All right. Okay, so tell me about the Oklahoma City Emerging Artists Program.
It's just like the Emerging Artists Program at the St. Louis Art Fair and at Coconut Grove. They the people call it a 2-year program. It's really a 1-year program. Covers 2 shows. They go the first year the artists do some classes and things like that. They apply, they're accepted, they do some classes, they get tours of things at the show, and then they spend time at the show with different mentor artists to see how things, what it's like actually doing a show. And then a year later they get a free booth at the show. Uh, Depending upon the show, they may be sharing a booth or something like that, but they get a
Is
free booth and
is
they
it
get,
only for local artists?
depends on the show.
No, I mean Oklahoma City.
Um, I think there's only local artists in it, but I'm not sure if it's open to others outside of the area.
What show is that for?
Oklahoma
Oklahoma
City.
City.
How you guys doing today?
All right, we're recording, by the way.
Yeah.
Um, is it still a central sales booth and commission?
It's still commission, but it's the artists are given a this year they'll be given a terminal to use.
Okay, so the show keeps track of their sales.
Well, no, the show actually makes the sale. The show gets the money and then
Right,
pays the artist later.
right,
They've always done.
right. Yeah, I used to do it back in the mid 90s.
They have an interim director until they hire a full-time director because their full-time director uh their full-time director left about the time they did the jury.
That's not good.
No.
Is it a big show?
Um it is. Um Not sure exactly how many artists, 150, 200 artists, somewhere around in there.
Yeah.
Is it still, what is it, 20% commission?
Yes.
Do they still do 3 years per medium?
If you meet sales quotas, yes.
Okay.
What does that mean?
When you jury in the show, if you stay above a certain dollar amount, you're in for 3 years.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's changed a little bit. Um, if you jury in and you're in a certain percentage of sales, the top, I don't remember exactly what the
I
number
th
is.
I thought it used to be 3,500 in sales.
It's a
If you
percentage.
Okay. Back when I did it, if you had to do 3,500 or over.
Right now, it's a percentage. So they look at the sales they do it by medium. They look at the sales in a medium and they take the top. I'm not sure exactly what the percentage, but they take the top percentage. And they get, if that's your first year doing the show, you get an invitation back for the next year. Now, the next year, you have to also be in that top
Right.
percentage of sales. And if you are, then you get to do it a third year. And after doing it 3 years in a row, you have to rejury.
Is it a fine art show or is it an arts and crafts show?
It's a fine art show.
How's contemporary art there?
What's that?
How does contemporary art do there? Abstract.
Um, I really couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I know traditional stuff used to sell really well there. My neighbor was an oil painter, a traditional oil painter, and she used to do between 70 and $90,000 a year.
Ooh. Wow. In that one show, Larry?
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
back then there was a lot of purchase awards that you set up on Monday, and on Tuesday morning the people came around who had already knowing what they were going to purchase.
Okay.
And they would pick up the pieces and give you a certificate to hang in your booth. But this was back in the 90s.
Right.
they've made some changes to the format of the show in that it used to be a 6 day long show. It's now 4. The show provides you with a tent and you get basically a triangular shape that's 11 by 11 by 20.
It's pie shaped, like a
11,
quarter,
11, 20.
like
Wow.
a quarter of a pie. But you could hang your panels inside that. I used my pro panels, and I used
Now,
to hang I had clear sides for my craft hut, and I used to hang the clear sides in the front if it rained.
the tents are divided. It's a square tent, and the tents are
They're in
have a
quarters.
center pole. No, they don't. They look like they have a center pole, but they don't actually have a center pole. The basically they have um, these heavy metal panels that have expanded aluminum on the outside of them, so you can put a hook through it, and those panels form your two inside walls, your two 11-foot walls. So if you like took the top off the tent and looked down on it, it would look like an X on the inside. Basically, the wall going from each corner to each corner. So it's a little different space than what most artists are used to.
Interesting.
Yeah, they tell you pick up a roll of what is it called, Visqueen or something,
Yeah.
heavy duty clear plastic, so you could put it over the top.
The open sides are kind of arched at the top. There's a steel framework that goes across the opening from leg to leg. And then there's a cable, and the sides, when you close up at night, you just slide. It's almost like a shower curtain, except it's not on a rod, it's on a cable. And you just slide the side closed and zip it up.
Huh.
And you want sides that are they're always replacing parts of the tent. So you want a side You want sides to the tent that are a couple or 3 years old, because then they're still new enough to be nice and watertight. But if you get brand new ones, when you open the curtain, you have this big mass of curtain that you have to deal with. It's on the corner of your booth. So if you get a new curtain, it's still stiff and it takes up about twice as much room. But if you get one that's really old and compacts nice, then they leak.
When is the show?
It is typically the third weekend in April. It's the week after, usually the week after Fort Worth.
Right. We used to do them back to back. Um, do they still have the children's area?
Yes.
Yeah, I used to make a lot of money at the children's area because I had all the teddy bear pictures I was no longer selling. So I'd bring boxes and boxes of them. I used to make like $3,000 or $4,000 from there.
Wow.
And do they have a print tent, or can you sell prints in your booth now?
You can sell prints in your booth. Well, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I mean, photographs, you can sell prints.
Well, right, but painters.
I don't know what the rules are for painters now.
Yeah, they used to have a print tent where you would drop off your reproductions and they would sell them, but you'd get the same commission.
I don't think they do that anymore.
That was one of the most fun shows we ever did.
It was long and the weather can be nasty. April and May in Oklahoma is not necessarily the place to be.
What kind of weather is it?
Well,
Well,
when
take your pick.
Okay.
Take your pick, but have at least one severe thunderstorm.
yeah, one of the years that we were there, they did that was the year of the bombing of the federal building. And they made everybody set up on Monday and then canceled the show on Monday night.
Wow.
So we had to break down and go home. And actually, that was the same year I did the downtown show at Bayou City. And the park where the downtown show is, it's right across the street from the federal building. And they wouldn't let anybody pull up with a box truck. Remember the DC sniper?
Oh yeah.
They were looking for white vans back then.
Wow.
Turned out to be a station wagon, I think.
Yeah, or like a hatchback or something.
But artists are stuck in situations like that.
Really.
You're gonna
Well,
have
we
to
just
paint your logos on your van then.
Yeah, of a rifle.
So
well,
yeah,
we just bought a trailer. I bought a 6x10, a 6x12 cargo trailer. Got a pretty good deal on it. Brand new. No more renting a U-Haul. I can actually stand up in this one.
yeah, I rented a U-Haul for a while. for one season. My little Subaru Outback struggled with it. The van, not so much. So I haven't towed much with the van.
Ugh. Ah.
We were thinking about a van, but since we've got a Ford Expedition, it can pull 7,500 pounds, and we'll never pull that much in a trailer, in an art
Yeah,
trailer.
but the
So
problem is you need 2 parking spaces.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, the show in Reston, Pepper now they call it. At least there's parking right like a block away, and we're staying at the hotel, which is 2 blocks away, so we can walk. Once I park the car in the trailer, we'll just walk to the show. That'll be nice.
Was coming back last night and I'd say about a little over half the trip. It's a 2 hour drive from where I lived, Oklahoma City. And for the north half the drive, it's a north-south drive down I-35. For about half the drive, you can always see a wind farm. And so at night, it's interesting because, and I've got to Google and figure out how they do it. On the wind farms, on a lot of them, they have a red light on top. There's a warning at night, but they all flash at the same time. They're all synchronized.
I've seen that in Indiana when we went up to Chicago.
So I get off the interstate and I take a state highway a few miles, and I'm in this new wind farm that they just built about 6 or 7 miles south of me. And it's kind of weird because you don't see the turbines, you just see these lights, and you're in the middle of it, and there's all these like red lights suspended that are flashing.
Right.
I thought, once I turn off this highway on the county road towards my house, there's a dirt road there that's on top of a hill. I'll pull off there and I'll do a quick video. Kind of be fun. So I go around the corner onto the state road, the county road, and I look around and I notice there's no flashing lights anymore.
Uh-oh.
They just stopped. And I went up, pulled off where I was going to pull off, and I looked and I looked and I looked, and I could see another wind farm off in the distance. They were still going, but this one wasn't. But I got back in my car and thought about it, started to call the non-emergency 911 number, and got a couple miles down the road and they came back on again. Just as I was leaving the area that they were in.
Oh my gosh.
I'd never seen them all go off at once like that and then come back on.
That's really strange.
They knew you were coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's AI for you.
Yeah, really.
That's after I followed the guy that couldn't quite keep it in his own lane for about 20 miles. And I was about to catch up to him. And then I have the cruise control set, so I'm going at fairly constant speed. He takes off. And then a little later, I catch up to him again, but he's not swerving as much.
I can't tell you how many times I'm coming up on a car, a van, or work truck or something, and they're swerving. They can't keep it in the lane. And so I'll gun it and I'll pass them. And just, damn it, they're on their damn phone, of course. and you know and they don't stay with the flow of traffic, you know, because they're in front of me, but the car in front of them is 300 yards away, and they're
Yeah.
just barely doing the speed limit. That's annoying.
I got into traffic last night in Oklahoma City because the meeting started at 5. So I got caught the beginning of rush hour traffic, and I get into this area and it gets congested. And I'm going, wait a second, there's no reason for traffic to be bumper to bumper through here right now. And then all of a sudden, I look up and I'm behind this one car, and in front of it's nothing. There's nobody else in the lane that I can see up to, quarter to half mile ahead where the road curves. And they're just tooling along under the speed limit.
Gotta love it.
And I firmly believe people from Texas do not know how to drive in the right lane. They get in the left lane doing the speed limit and they just stay there. They park there.
Yep. Yep.
That's because you're not supposed to exceed the speed limit, so they're making you, keep to the rules. Huh.
And a few years ago, Oklahoma passed this strange law. I don't know why. None of the first responder groups liked it, but they allowed construction vehicles to have red and blue flashing lights like an emergency vehicle.
Oh, that's crazy. And confusing. Good grief.
Well, it does accomplish one thing. It does get people to slow down in construction zones.
Yeah.
The other trick they like to do down there, and I don't know if they have these are older cars that they do it with or what, but more than once at a long or larger construction zone on one of the interstates or their turnpikes, right at the beginning, they will park a highway patrol vehicle with the lights flashing.
And just leave it there.
And
yeah,
leave it there. Yep.
just leave it there.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then I did, then I did get to see the typical Oklahoma stuff. I saw a covered wagon on a semi trailer, and I saw a stock trailer, which is like a shorter horse trailer, that was a dual axle trailer with one axle had no tires on it, was chained up again, up with chains holding it up off the ground,
Nice.
going down the interstate at 70 miles an hour. With either a black furry rug or a in the bottom of it or a calf or two.
Yeah, you see some strange crap on the road.
It gets stranger in Oklahoma.
So, Court, what's your next show?
Uh, 2 weeks from today, I'll be in Oklahoma City.
Oh, okay.
I was
So you're
hoping
doing
that,
you're doing that Oklahoma City show.
yep. I'm doing the show and doing their emerging artist program.
Oh, nice.
I'm getting a good deal at a hotel I've wanted to stay at for quite some time. It is used to be part of the 21C chain. It is in a an old Model T factory.
No kidding. And they converted it into a hotel?
Yeah, I'm sure it's been lots of stuff in between, but yeah, it's now a hotel.
Huh.
It is, it has probably 10 to 12-foot ceilings, and then it's got floor to ceiling windows, and the windows run, the full width of the support columns.
Wow. Fancy.
And it has an art gallery.
Here, click that mute.
Was interesting meeting with their emerging artists committee for the show last night. The committee's made up of a lot of the people that have been the volunteer head of the show. I mean, they have a paid position that's a director, but then they have their volunteer group each year has one or two people who are the show chairs.
And when is that show? Is that coming up?
2 weeks from today,
Oh, soon.
hopefully 2 weeks from today, be all set up.
How goes all of your preparation with the mountings and all of those things that you had to figure out?
I've got it figured out. I haven't really started much on anything. I've got a getting ready to start on the design this evening. Mounting and everything's figured out how I'm going to do it. It's just a matter of,
Doing it.
yeah, I've had been thinking about doing it one way, and then I started doing that and realized that that's going to be, it's going to be overly complex and not look like I wanted it to. So I simplified it a little bit. If you can call going from 12 24-inch panels to 24 16-inch panels simplifying anything.
Right.
But it will
What
be
up?
much easier to design and work with. Well, I'll take it back. It'll be a little different to design, and it'll probably be easier to actually make because I changed the design of the cradles or the standoffs on the back. They're 3 pieces now instead of 5.
Mhm. I look forward to
Larry,
seeing pictures of it.
Yeah, I'm not happy with Home Depot because I'd been buying some material from Home Depot that was 3/8 of an inch thick and smooth on both sides. They no longer have that. They've replaced it with a material that's half an inch instead of 3/8, and it's heavily textured on one side.
Oh, that does not work.
So I can still get it to work. I'm just going to have to now pay a little closer attention to how I put things together because I do glue edge to sides.
Is there anywhere else that might have what you need?
Um, I don't know. I haven't really looked. It would be like Home Depot, and I had a gift card. I had a gift card to Home Depot, so that's why I went there.
Right.
So I don't know if Lowe's even carries it.
What is it that what's the material?
It's expanded PVC.
Are there any plastic places in you're near Wichita?
Yes, but they don't. This is a construction material, and they don't carry it in anything this thick.
Got it. Hmm.
Now, is the sheets that you use for your displays the one that you hang, Allison? Does that look kind of like foam core where it's smooth on the outside, but it has like holes or foam on the inside?
There's no holes on the inside. It's PVC, so it's I could drill through it.
Yeah, but I mean, is it
It's exactly like the sign at the St. Louis Art Fair that we hang in our booths.
okay? I don't remember what that's like.
Let's see, I might have a piece around here. Yeah. So here's the sign. There's the side.
So does it look, are the sides kind of like foam core where it's like a foam?
That's what it looks like, but it's more dense.
Yeah. Okay, that's exactly the same material I'm using.
Okay. And then that's a hole in there, and you
Yeah.
could see through. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the name of it is.
I think it's something similar to Coroplast, but I forgot the name of it.
No, it's Coroplast is totally different.
No, it's similar to Coroplast, but usually when I go to Home Depot was next to the Coroplast.
Yeah, maybe next to it, but it and these are Coroplast and anything like this.
No, I know, but it's
But
similar.
but I didn't buy it. The printing place I went to, that's what they printed on.
Yeah.
I showed them this from St. Louis
Yeah.
first.
The trade name is Centra, is a brand name.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds familiar. Yeah.
Gray is shedding and I got cat hair all over my face. Um, Centra comes in colors and it comes in different thicknesses, but it does not go up to the thickness I need. I use the Centra in 3 mil and 6 mil. The 3 mil is the panels that actually have the photographs. The 6 mil is the backboard. And then I use this 3/8 inch construction PVC. I mean, it's the same
Mhm.
stuff. It's expanded. They call it expanded PVC board or something like that. It's the same
Mhm.
thing. It's just thicker and made for construction.
But
You know what I don't know if they will have it or not, Cord, but check out Gemini molding.
I mean, I can go in and buy the PVC in like you would a dimensional lumber. I mean,
Yeah.
I can go in and buy, 1x8 and 1x12 and, 1x4s and things like that. Some of that's textured, some of that's smooth, but to buy it like that, I spend way more than if I buy it by the sheet. And then I wind up, instead of having a
But see,
flat sheet to rip like a 1 inch strip out of, I'm trying to rip, I have like a 1x6 and I'm trying to rip it into three 2 inch wide strips. And that's not easy to do.
I
So,
will just another thing that you can go to a shop and see if somebody can tell you where they can get it because they will use it all the time.
yeah.
Like I know that like when I needed something like that, Fast Signs in Chicago will sell the shit to me.
I checked with the plastics company that I get all I get the Coroplast, which is corrugated. I mean, it's corrugated cardboard except made out of plastic. And the Centra, I get all that from a plastics company. But I asked them about something, 3/8 inch, and the stuff they had, they didn't have in stock, or I was going to have to buy like a truckload of it, or all sorts of weird stuff. They didn't have it, the construction grade stuff.
That's very annoying.
So what else is happening with you guys?
I bought a trailer.
Oh, whose song?
Huh? Yeah,
Now,
we needed one.
Roy, now you start driving it and go at 90 miles an hour and let me know how it goes.
Well, I'm not doing 90, but I can do 80. It's a tandem. It's a double axle. It's a
I would
six
not
by
do 80
12.
if I was you.
A what?
I would not go past 70. If I,
Yeah, yeah. I'm not going to. I might do 75. When it was empty, I did 68, and it was smooth as glass. So once it's loaded down, and I backed off on it, but yeah, I'm going to be very careful with it.
yeah,
Oh
just
yeah,
be careful.
oh yeah,
And does it have brakes?
it does.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And
Now,
go
you
ahead.
put your feet down
Yeah, there you
like
go.
the Flintstones.
That's right. Yeah, it's got electric brakes, and I read the Ford manual on how to adjust for electric brakes. So um, I'm going to do that. And but yeah, I think it's going to be a nice trailer. We've been
I hope
renting
so.
U-Haul trailers for forever, so
I have to crawl up under the dash in the van because the uh, door that moves when you turn the switch on the dash to go from AC to vent to floor to defrost isn't moving. It's closed.
oh man.
So if it's the actuator, the part's only about $40 and it doesn't look like it's too bad to get to, meaning I don't have to rip the whole dash out.
Well, uh,
Oscar, are you about wrapped up in Florida?
yeah, I'm driving. Start tomorrow. I'm going to start driving to Atlanta. I need to set up on Thursday. And after I finish setting up my tent, I'm going to help another friend to set up her tent. So I think her daughter's not coming over and she needs help. So
What show? What show is it?
Dogwood.
Dogwood. Okay. Somebody said Dogwood um was pretty decent for abstract painting.
I don't know about that, to be honest with you, because it depends. Is that show is it's really big. It's in the whole park, and it depends who walks by. You kind of there's no rhyme and reason why you do good or you do bad in that show. Some years you do really well, other years you do horrible.
Oh,
So yeah, I got a friend that done as much as $35,000 one year, and other years he's only done $2,000.
wow. That's a difference.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
It was
But
interesting last night talking to the people in Oklahoma City. Um, some of their committee members don't don't understand, don't have experience on how other shows work. They know their show, but they don't understand. They some of the people thought that, well, they were surprised when I said there's only 2 shows that I know of that do commissions.
You mean they take a commission from artists?
Yeah.
Well, there's more than two, that's for sure.
Well,
Kings Mountain, La Quinta, two of them. Oklahoma
I
City.
thought, I said the only other one that I knew of was La Quinta,
Yeah.
and that I thought there were a couple others, but they weren't very big shows.
Yeah, I've done La Quinta and Oklahoma City, and they get the population to support the show, so the 20% is fine. And if you don't like the 20%, raise your prices because people are coming there just to buy the work anyway, and they don't know the prices. So you can cover that. You can cover that by adding it. But listen, 20%, if you do 5,000, if you do, let's say you do 10,000, so 20%, well, that's $2,000. So, but
15% is much better, I think, for the artist.
well,
Well,
0% is much better. So
sure. But I mean,
versus,
Kings Mountain Art Fair, it's 15% and just $100 booth fee. So it's not that
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
But 20%, and I don't know how much the booth fee there is now, 350 or more.
No,
For what?
150.
A La Quinta?
Oh, I don't know about La Quinta. Oklahoma
Oh.
City, it's 150.
La
Mhm.
Quinta
Yeah.
it's $400. It's $400 for La Quinta per space, and then
Wow.
20% on top of that.
Yeah, and it never used to be that way. It was
Yeah.
just the 20%. The thing with Oklahoma City, they give if you reach the threshold 2,500, they take off that 150 from their percentage. So
Not anymore.
really?
No, they don't do that anymore.
Well,
You know,
They
it's not a
also,
bad idea to charge at least a little bit of a booth fee because I think more people might drop out without having that, little bit in.
right. Well, what they would, yeah, they charge $150, but they used to, if you sold a certain amount, they would refund your whole booth fee
yeah.
Mhm.
And
after the fact.
that would be I wouldn't do the show in this current situation. 150 and 20%? I don't think so.
And let's see. Well, that 20% also covers sales tax.
Well,
I mean, they charge,
it used to do that also
yeah,
Now they do it.
they
without the
take care of the sales
150.
tax.
But it
No,
also
but sales tax the customer pays.
Right, but they
that's
handle it.
right. That's right.
Right. And then you have to
Oh.
collect it and you have to deal with it.
Hmm. Right.
Now you don't.
Hmm. So you shouldn't have to
Hey,
pay for it twice, though,
and it
No,
used
you're
to be a
not.
unless I'm
great show.
unless I'm misunderstanding.
Well,
You're
you don't
not
have to pay
paying
for it
for it
twice. It's
twice.
just people say, oh, I don't want to give them 20%, but okay, what's it worth in your time to not have to deal with any sales tax?
It's
Mm.
I
not,
don't I
it's
don't care
not
about
that.
sales tax. It's not a big
How many
deal. But
good shows are there in April?
I'm okay with the 20%, but
I guess my
I'm not a
question
government.
is, because I'm not understanding, is the 20%, did you say it also includes the sales tax?
No, no, they
That's
collect the sales tax and pay it.
right.
They
Okay.
collect the sales tax and pay it.
That makes sense. Now, here's
And
something I was thinking about along the same lines. So I charge, I'm at a show, I use Square to take a credit card, and I have to charge sales tax. That discount fee that the merchant takes out, that percentage includes sales tax. So we're actually being taxed on the sales tax that we're required to
That's
collect.
right. That's right.
And that seems like it should only be if something costs $100, and the sales tax makes it 108, we should only have to pay on the 100 for the fee, the merchant fee,
It should be
because
$20 instead of 20 plus whatever the 5%
right,
of the sale or the
Well,
20%
a
of
lot
sales
of
tax.
places charge you sales tax on shipping.
right. But my point is that when we use a merchant provider, the amount we have to pay them, whatever percentage it is, let's say 2.6 or 3% or whatever,
The
that
state
comes
doesn't
out
care.
of.
It is the sale price. It doesn't matter what we as merchants pay.
No, you're not understanding me. Just listen for a second. Let's say I charge $100 for a cog, but the sales tax adds $108. Then the merchant account I ring up $108 and the sales tax is determined. Well, no, I ring up $100 and let's say the $8 is sales tax. The merchant account takes their percentage out of my $108, not the $100.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
does.
absolutely. It's
yeah.
double taxation.
That might be illegal.
That's a
Well,
Yeah,
fee, though. It's a fee. It's not a tax. So it's a fee for using the credit card. It's not a
right.
tax. So they're not
Okay.
double
Well,
taxing. They're
mhm.
just any money they run from
Yeah,
their bank into your bank gets a fee, including money that you charged for sales tax.
right. It makes sense what you're saying, but it still doesn't seem fair because we're required to collect the sales tax.
Yeah,
And
but they don't, that's not their jibe. That's the government, right? So
right.
it's
But
not the,
so we end up paying a percentage on the sales tax that we have to give to the city or state.
Yeah.
right. But
So
it's only like 2 to 3% of 8%. So that's a
yeah, but
very small amount.
if I'm charging $5,000 on something, it's not such a small amount,
Well, that's
you know?
true. Yeah.
So
Yeah, but
It's for
the
the
way they
it's
get,
for the fee for moving that money for you.
it makes total sense
So,
what you're saying.
yeah.
but the thing you have to see is like what they're going to tell you is that fee that we charging you, you're going to write it off.
Sure, you're
So
right.
so it you
So it
have
zeroes out.
it zeros out.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Actually, that's not true.
Okay. Explain that.
Writing something off doesn't mean you don't have to pay it.
Yes, it's true,
it's
but
an expense.
it's an expense.
Right, which is a percentage of that.
That's right. That's right. Not
Basically,
a
when you're
write-off.
paying taxes, like let's say you write off a $10,000 expense, that only saved you about 20% of that money if you're taxed at the highest rate. Like my average tax rate by the time I get all my deductions is
Wait,
like
if you're taxed at
12%.
the highest rate, you shouldn't be paying any taxes.
Right. But I'm just saying that they
You
they
should be
give
paying
you a
all the taxes.
deduction. They give you a deduction first before you pay your tax. But when
Right.
you finally pay your tax, they're gonna, give you some more deductions. So at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal.
Hey, the government wins no matter what.
Right.
Well, for me, it was a perk to do the show and have them deal with all that. And
Mhm.
if they take that away, which they have, I mean, there used to be like a booth and you'd fill out the form and they would go
Well,
pay it.
central sales booth.
Yeah, and I
Mhm.
that's what to me that's what I was paying for. So
Yeah.
if they take that away, if they're too lazy or whatever they're not competent enough anymore to do that, then that perk's being taken away. I don't want to do the show.
But
We know,
La Quinta's doing this year, and this is from a friend of mine. They just did it. They gave you a terminal, and you run all the transaction in that terminal,
mhm.
and
And
then
then they send you a check later on.
in the check later on. That's probably what they're going to be doing in Omaha also. And
Of course, you don't get interest on that check because they're holding your money.
I know, but you
Well,
know, you don't have to deal with you don't have to deal with the
mhm.
paperwork, the transaction, all the things that you know. So
Oklahoma
Or
was the
Oregon,
same, used to be the same way. You would get a check like 10 days later.
Right.
in Oregon, there's no sales tax. It's like the ultimate luxury.
Delaware.
Delaware
Delaware
also.
and New Hampshire, I think maybe.
Mm.
What shows are in Delaware? They pay one way or another. If it's not sales tax, it's something else.
yeah, property taxes, tolls, gas tax. There's always
Where-
a way to get the money.
Where's Rehoboth? Is that Delaware?
Yeah.
So that's their show.
Mhm.
And Pennsylvania has no sales tax on clothing.
And New Jersey as well.
Really?
Hmm. People
And
always would come
Oregon
from New
doesn't have
York.
sales tax.
Where?
Oregon does not
Yeah,
have sales tax.
right. I said that one. And
And Minnesota doesn't have sales tax on clothing because every time I go up to visit my grandkids, I stock up.
uh,
No sales tax up there for clothes.
in New York, they always used to say we could ship it to you and to New Jersey
Yeah, they
because of the
don't,
sales tax.
they crack down on that.
I'm sure. I'm
I
sure.
still get it.
They B&H, they used to tell B&H to ship empty boxes.
Uh-huh.
You go to the store and buy a camera and have them mail you the empty box.
Uh-huh.
I like it.
But B&H now, if you use their credit card, they cover the sales tax.
Wow. That's incentive.
Well, it is, yeah.
It's so funny that B&H has a credit card, but it's not funny, but
Everybody has a credit card.
mhm.
You could have a credit card.
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness.
Mm. There's so much work to art fairs aside from making the actual work. I mean, I know you all know this, but like, talking about the trailers, the, vehicles, and court with your new setup, and there's just
Yeah, you
so
need to
many
be a
details.
jack of all trades,
Right.
master of none.
Well, I mean, our
Yeah,
craft or, our art.
I know.
I mean, Larry, a lot of photographers can't like you cover the breadth with your photography where a lot of actually when I think about it, um Court and Oscar, you do too. Like, taking sports is different than portraits or artwork is different.
You mean
And
specializing.
yeah, and take like, not everyone can take um artwork jury images, for example. If they could be, you know,
Yeah,
uh
the best wedding photographer in the world,
right.
but they don't know what a jury image is.
Yeah.
I see that a lot.
Mhm.
Well, I have the easiest job of all.
Oh yeah.
All I have to do is drive to the art show and set up the booth. Marianne has a harder job by painting.
Hey, Barry, did you see that reel on my timeline on Facebook
No.
from the auction house?
Oh, no. What did they, is your stuff up?
Yeah, but it's not up for auction yet. They're just pre-showing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna go to the auction house.
But I I shared the reel on my timeline of them flipping through my pictures.
Yeah, I want to go to Heritage and I want to flip through them myself. How long did they tell you how long the auction's going to be? Like, I think I looked and it said a week for most stuff.
I don't
Collections.
know. The contract I signed was for a year,
Really? That's great. They like you.
and 10%.
That's what they take?
Yeah.
That's a great deal.
Ah.
Yeah,
Typically it's 15.
right.
It's between 10 and 15 depending on how expensive the thing that they're selling. But what's oh you don't know the average price because it's auctioned.
No, nothing has been put up for auction yet.
So how many pieces do they have?
About 90.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Um what for those of you who don't know, I was talking to Larry and he said he found his box of really great original photographs of Dr.
Pictures
J.
I printed back in the 70s.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, wait, you were cut off. Of Dr. J, did you say?
Sports
Yeah,
figures.
Yeah.
Julius Irving, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
And others.
Mhm.
And that's like 30, 40 years ago. So
Yeah.
I told him to call
Actually, it's
this place
50 years
Heritage.
ago, Barry.
What's that?
50 years ago.
Okay, 50. Yeah, what's a few years among friends? So 50 years ago. So uh,
Yeah.
I had been looking at auction places because I have these sports cards from 40. For me, it's 40 years ago, maybe 50, actually, maybe 50 years ago. What, let's see, 1972. So, no, 80,
Yeah, that's
82.
54 years.
82 would be 92. Anyway, so as opposed to selling them on myself on eBay, and I noticed that some of these auction houses get way better, or this particular one gets more money. So I told Larry to, he should check with this place, Heritage Auctions. They auction a lot of things, artwork and things like that. So it turns out that the guy that deals with the sports memorabilia was he in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, he was in Pittsburgh the day after I called.
Yeah. So
Oh.
Larry goes down to see him and shows him the stuff, and he flips out over it. He really likes it.
Hmm.
So,
So I
Well,
gave
that's
him the
great.
pictures
yeah,
right
That's
there.
good.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, that's
Good.
good. That's good timing and fortuitous. So,
Yeah, I could
yeah.
use the money.
well, I wish you luck on that for sure. I think any of these things have their time, right? I would
Yeah.
imagine.
I had just sold 5 vintage pictures of Jabbar for $1,400 to somebody
Hmm.
the week before.
Oh, did
Yeah.
you take these pictures yourself, Larry?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
He had a whole career as
A
I had a
sports.
number of careers.
yes,
Hey,
yes.
The
did,
website
But
is bermansports.com.
Okay.
the best thing is you didn't have to get the photos graded, and that's a total racket unto itself because and actually, I want to see how this works with you. I might want to. I think I want to call the guy because to get the sports cards graded, it takes. There's one specifically that gets the most money that everybody uses, but it takes 3 months. You send them the cards, and it's 3 months before you get them back. You get it
And the
graded.
grading comes out of what your percentage.
Yeah, well, they charge a certain amount of what it's worth, what they think it's worth, and if it's actually if they determine it's worth more than let's say $1,000, you pay more. It isn't a flat rate anymore. You pay this amount. It's a total racket.
Hey, you want the guy's cell phone number, Barry, that
Well,
deals with
I do, but
sports?
yeah, I'll get it,
Okay.
privately. I want to see what happens with your site.
so the question is, what you got on your own, is that like, can they get more for you?
Maybe.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, I
I
guess it's
mean,
what is somebody willing?
You
what I
know,
sold was approximately $300 a picture.
Which sounds very inexpensive, no?
Um,
depends on the rarity and it depends on who wants it. If you have
Hmm.
two people that want those Dr. J or Kareem or anybody and
Hmm.
he's had 8x10s of Dr. J auction for about $1,000.
yeah, so
Hmm.
instead of
Wow.
300 you're getting 1,000. Well, you're getting a
That's,
1,000 minus 10%.
Right. Which, if you're doing Oklahoma City, it would be 1,000 less 20%.
That's right.
hmm.
That's
Right.
right. And sales tax,
But also, they might be able to reach people that you can't reach.
Well,
that's
they
That's
right.
another
I
can.
mean,
thing.
it's great. Well, they
They
have
Yeah.
can.
their people that they have their supporters.
Great.
Yeah, it's on my timeline on Facebook.
Hmm.
What I want to ask him is if I have if they'll do do the grading. If they'll get them graded instead of me, because it's you know if I could get around that, it'd be great.
Do they auction off paintings and illustrations of sports figures as well?
Well, they they
Anything
they
that's
auction out
collectible.
everything. Yeah,
Okay. I had
Picasso.
um I had the opportunity to meet an artist at Sawdust Festival in Laguna Beach 2 summers ago, and he was a famous illustrator, now pretty much retired, but he still fiddles with art fairs, and he did like the Michael Jordan portrait that Michael Jordan actually has in his living room, and he did a whole bunch for Wheaties and several of the giveaway days at ballparks and stadiums and arenas when they wanted a character or a painting of a character. So we went ahead and bought the Caitlin Clark painting he had just finished because she went into the WNBA, and gave it to our daughter-in-law. And because she's a big Caitlin Clark fan in Iowa. Anyway, she just asked me what it was worth, and I said, I don't know, but it'd probably be worth more at an auction. And my son pipes up, he has so much stuff collected from Michael Jordan and several prominent figures in the 90s,
With
but he doesn't
basketball,
need it all. Yeah,
with
basketball.
basketball,
Most
it's
all their
Michael
stuff's
Jordan.
basketball.
It's Michael Jordan is the gets the stuff gets the most money. In
Yeah,
hockey,
and when he was a kid, that's all he wanted. I remember buying tons for my son of Michael Jordan, those cans that had Jordan on the outside, and then they were
yeah,
supposedly had 5 cards on the inside, and he's never opened the cans, and they're
that's good.
like 35 years old now.
Means they're pristine.
Yeah,
With with hockey, it's Gretzky. In baseball now, it's Otani. Otani
okay,
stuff commands the most money.
okay.
It's what everybody
Well,
wants.
I'll
I
have to
wonder,
tell him that.
I
You
wonder how
said
any of
it's
that is doing right now. Like if, I mean, those things are affected by the economy as well, I would imagine.
They're
And
making more money than ever.
oh,
What they're getting is insane. They're getting
hmm
millions now.
uh,
You know,
wow.
I don't think sports ever goes out of style. I mean,
Well, but
now
if
it's
as far as what
outrageous.
people feel like they want to spend their money
compelled to
on,
pay, right?
more
But
so.
I don't know. Collectibles never seem to go out of style.
Um, like with baseball cards, if it's a one of one, they make these that it's the only one. They have their their where there's a lot of them, the common ones, but then there's short prints and there's one of one. And if it's one of one of Otani, it's going for $1 million, which is
Wow.
ridiculous. I actually have so there's a whole market for players that haven't made it yet because people are speculating as to the next Otani or the next
Right.
Michael Jordan. So I have dabbled in buying some of these things and but packs of cards, and they come in the packs. And I actually got something that's one of five. There's only five
Mm.
of it, and he's actually the top prospect for the Seattle baseball team. So he hasn't quite made it yet to the pros, but um, so I'm kind of hoping because even now it's going for a few $1,000s. And it could go,
Wow.
if he when he starts playing and if he's really good, you know. Now if they start playing and it's a rarity, but they don't make it or they get dumped. Like I have another one. I didn't even know it. I actually started looking through these, for the actual the print run, and it's so there's one of five, but he was just dumped by the team, so he's never going to play, so it's worthless.
Right.
I have one that could be really great if they actually played, but yeah.
Worthless like Beanie Babies. Do you remember
Yes.
like those things are all something like that is totally made up. Like a Beanie Baby really never had value, but they turn them into these collectors things.
Well, it's demand. If
That's
people
like
want
And
them,
it's
people will
and it's
pay
Rock.
just
whatever.
still I know, but it's just such a silly thing. It's not even like it was
It's all silly.
anything.
Wait a minute. A
Well,
It's
baseball card? Think about it. A piece of cardboard with a picture on it? Come on.
that I could understand that more than a Beanie Baby though.
I know. That me
Let's put
too.
it that way.
how
Hey,
about
what
how about
about
Pet Rocks?
Pet Rocks? I was just
All
gonna
right,
say
Pet
Pet
Rocks.
Rocks.
Yep. Yeah, but were those resellable? Was that a thing with Pet Rocks?
I don't know.
Well, because I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Like people would buy and trade Beanie Babies, and they're just little nothings where baseball cards were attached to the player. So the value, the percepted value is a little different, maybe, because Beanie Babies really never had any, you know what I mean? Like
That's
just
right.
seems more absurd.
Does anybody have anyone collecting your artwork? I mean, to bring this back to an art discussion, I was at Bayou City. I had somebody that came in and bought the third vase from me. And she's like, every time I see you, I'm going to buy a vase from you because I love. And the first one she bought from me was like $45. The second one was like $95. And the third one she bought this time was $145.
I love
And
people like that. That's
and she's
I
wonderful.
do
like, I
too.
can see your prices are going up, so I'm gonna buy one every time I see you till they're $500, and then I'll see if I can put them on Etsy. And I actually noticed a
Wait, wait, wait,
potter,
wait. Excuse me. So who would put them on Etsy?
she would, because there's some
What?
potters on Etsy that they passed away, but some of
Hmm.
their more unusual pieces go for a lot of money on Etsy, you know, like a
Hey,
So wait,
Mackenzie vase.
hey,
but she's
you want to
buying
know
your
what's
work
you want to know
to
what's
put on
funny about this?
Etsy?
No,
Wait, I
she's
don't
not going to put it
understand.
on Etsy. She's keeping
Okay.
it to see how high they go.
You know
So,
So
what's
she's
like, if
funny
not
I
just
about
get
buying
to a
that?
it.
point where I'm charging $300 a vase, then she'll put
Hmm.
her $95 vase on Etsy to see if she can get $300 for it. Because
That's
I
so
do all one of a
weird.
kind. I only do one
Right.
of
But
one.
Hey, I
I mean,
see my teddy bear pictures on eBay all the
It's
time.
not weird.
Yeah, that like they're
so,
reselling it, not you selling it. They're reselling
right.
it. That's what I
So
meant.
I have people who collect my work, but they don't resell it. I mean, I just
Well,
spoke
it's
with a
up to them.
customer.
They own it. So if she wants to do that, I can't tell her not to.
Right.
There,
It's just bizarre that that's
yeah.
like, I don't know, that doesn't seem like a sound investment. In
And
other words, nothing to do with your work.
wait a
But
minute.
Well,
You
I
what?
think
think she
you
likes the work. I don't,
Okay.
she just said she's
you
collecting them because she enjoys them. But she said if your
Oh, all
vases
right.
ever
Well,
go to 400 or 500 for that size, she'll probably put them on Etsy. She didn't say specifically she's going
hmm,
to, but we were chatting about it because I asked
right.
her, was she collecting them for her kids or, because sometimes people will buy two or three things to give them to family members at Christmas or something,
Uh-huh. Well,
and
that's nice.
she said, no, I'm just seeing, I'm just seeing how high your prices go, and then I might put them on Etsy. I
Ugh.
thought that
I
was a
hate that it's
hoot.
about I hate that's about the price. I mean, so I've had people collect my work recently. I contacted a customer because she's friends with another customer of mine who I know went into assisted living and um, was just asking about this other customer who probably had like 25 pieces of my jewelry or at least that. And the family gave this woman, this customer that also buys my work, the family let her choose a few pieces, and I guess kept the rest for the family. But um, that's just so no judgment at all. It's just interesting that she's collecting your work and watching the prices. That's just something um, I just hadn't come across before. Not to say it doesn't happen. It's
you
just
you think
Yeah.
any
bizarre to me.
paintings that are bought at art fairs for $8,000 or $9,000 that are gonna go, what do you think they're gonna go for after the person passes away and their kids are selling the work? $300.
Well,
$5 at a garage
I
sale.
That's
think it'll
exactly
depend on
right,
the
Larry.
popularity of the
That's
artist.
right.
mhm. But even like jewelry, you could buy, say, let's just say a diamond ring, and you go to sell it, and it's much harder to sell something than to, buy it when it comes down to that.
Back in
Yeah,
the
and it's all
70s,
about the story. So like
Yeah.
if they tell the story of meeting you and this and that and how many years you were an artist and just
Hmm.
if they really explain it well, it can go for quite a bit.
You know what?
I
I
see, I've
suspect,
seen I've seen artists work, jewelers, for example, in like resale shops. I remember in
Right.
Portland I
yeah.
did.
hey,
So, and people who are still alive,
Is
but
that your dog, Larry?
yeah, he
He's
needs a
cute.
haircut.
I have a golden doodle. I just thought it looked like a doodle.
Half Bichon, half toy poodle.
Okay.
Listen, I have a story. Somebody that I know sold some artwork in Florida to this woman, three pieces, and that I don't know
Marcus, can I
totaled
get you to clear me for a red?
it
wait,
told, it totaled 17 or $18,000. The woman had
That's
passed
right
away a
there.
week later,
What's that?
and when
So
Wow.
the
I'm clearing it, so you got to clear it.
somebody's not
Yeah.
muting
And
themselves.
just
Roy,
mark it
shut
delivered.
up.
Roy, cut your mic.
Yeah. Anyway, oh God, I always give Roy a hard time. I don't know why. But anyway,
Hmm.
he doesn't mind.
So,
Oscar
No, I
can
gives me
don't.
I?
a
Sorry
hard
about that,
time. I
guys.
give it to somebody else. I pay
Anyway,
it
what
forward.
happened to the artwork after she
So
passed away?
so the the daughter or the niece comes, flies in from Denver, I think, flies to Florida, uh, and uh, and sees the receipt that the pieces were hung on the wall, and sees the receipt and the date, which was like 2 weeks before, and she actually called the artist and said, "Will you take these back? Will you buy these
Oh,
back?" And they said, "No way." They said, "No way." So then, a couple weeks after that, apparently the work went to a gallery to resell, and so the gallery calls her and asks if they'll buy the work back, and they also said
oh,
no, but they're selling them for like, the gallery is selling it for hundreds instead of, the thousands
Thousands.
that, and that's a thing. It's not, unless you're internationally known, the work that they're buying is not going to sell it.
no.
Appreciate, right.
It's not going to even stay the same. It's going to grossly depreciate right away because it's an
Yeah.
art fair, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm not making a value judgment. Well, actually, I
Mm-mm.
guess I am. But the only thing that's going to appreciate is, as an investment, is museum quality, something that goes into
Right.
a museum. And you know what? I suspect that in the 1800s in France, in Europe, I think there were a lot more painters than the ones that actually ended up being famous. I think most of them
Probably.
ended up being
Oh, tons. Yeah.
and is it any different then as it is now? I suspect it's no different. So there's all these people painting, and you'll never see any of the work because,
Right.
just like now, there's only a few people that are going to make it into. They're going to further advance the art.
Right.
You know, so
Well,
Yeah, but
I
I
could
guess you
never.
can't make a judgment call. If a customer tells you that, you just say, go for it. I'm not going to tell her, I'm not
Right.
going to try to tell her what to do with the stuff. After
No, of
she
course
buys
not.
it, as long as she's not asking for her money back, she can do whatever she
well, she's
wants, right?
happy.
Right. Right.
She keeps it, she has it, and she likes it, and it gives her pleasure. It has value to her because she gives her pleasure, which you
Right.
can't actually count in dollars. It's a
Hmm.
pleasure.
No. And
I
teach his own. I mean, my sister-in-law's all collected precious moments, and I couldn't stand those things,
I know.
the
Oh
figurines.
God.
And I was like, if I see another precious moments, I'm gonna gag. Well, now they're hardly worth anything. You can buy them on eBay for a couple bucks.
There's a Precious Moments Museum in Texas.
What are
Oh, it's
these?
in
Can
Missouri.
someone
There's one in Missouri.
Oh
Can
Yeah.
God.
someone explain what this is?
What,
Precious
precious
Moments, they're
moments?
little
Yeah.
figurines
They're
that
figurines.
they look like
Figurines.
children, but
My
they're doing adult things,
my second
like
Oh,
holding a
wife
baby, or they're
knew
just little
them
figurines.
uh-huh.
because we used to see them at the trade shows.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What about the painter the paintings are like the girls, little girls with big eyes or whatever it was, animals with big eyes.
Yeah.
Who's that?
And the clowns, remember the clowns?
Yeah, send in the clowns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Hmm.
it was a female painter. I forget her name.
But even Thomas Kincaid stuff has gone
That's what
down
I'm
in
talking about.
value.
That's what I'm
Thomas
talking about.
Kincaid
Thomas
was the painter
Kincaid.
of lights. It was all the cabins with the lights on,
Oh, is that
Uh-huh.
in
him?
the winter scenes.
Yeah, it was
He didn't do
landscapes.
big-eyed people, but
Oh.
he did
Hmm.
landscapes
So
with the lights on.
who am I thinking about? I thought it was Thomas.
So so I also understand that moissanite, which has the same traits as a diamond, basically it's the makeup is a diamond,
Yeah.
but it's made in a lab, but apparently it doesn't have a very good resale value compared to diamonds.
I think I read something that it doesn't have lasting, it deteriorates over time.
Right.
Oh, I
I don't
haven't
know
read
about
that.
that, but I read something about it, but I wasn't
Mhm.
paying much attention to it because I didn't really care.
Mhm.
Right, right, right.
It's,
Yeah. It just, it's just an interesting thing anyway.
Mhm.
Because, there's a lot of lab created stones and I used to make sea glass jewelry. I mean, what value does that have, right? I mean, well, you could actually buy it for by the pound. I mean, I don't know about now, but I always found mine. But I think
Right
in the
now you
end,
get imitation stuff. They
oh, right,
tumble it.
right, yes, like at architectural type of fairs, they have. I have a potter friend who did one of these, and the architects set up like their landscapes, and they used a lot of that tumbled glass
yeah.
as
Yeah,
opposed to
Hey
not.
Or
guys, I gotta run. I'm
sandblasted.
with my mom at a rehab place. I just thought I'd take a break. So have a good one.
Mhm.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.
but even craft supplies, it's tumbled. It's not the real stuff anymore.
Right. Well,
Well,
I've got the real stuff from Mendocino, California.
couldn't
Yeah,
you take a bottle and sandblast it?
Sure.
Break it up and sandblast it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But so there was an old dump uh on the North Coast in California, and so you walk on glass instead of sand, and there's spark plugs and pottery and things like that. But every time there's a storm, more erodes from the hillside.
Hey, look, hey,
And
hey, Allison,
mhm,
sand is glass.
yes, yes, it is.
SiO2.
But this glass
Yeah.
was already made into, let's say, Noxzema jars and bottles, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
then it was tumbled by the ocean. Same with
Yeah.
pottery, old dishes.
Yeah.
Actually, people have given me, so in Berkeley, I guess they used to bury their garbage, and people have given me old plates, like like blue and white type china, but not manufactured, but handmade, like hand painted, I mean.
Yes.
And I still have some of that. So anyway,
Most of it
um,
is.
I guess, I mean, there's a value in that stuff, and it's personal, I think. I mean, why do diamonds have a value? I mean, they have, like gold, they have their properties,
You,
but
Sea
you know,
glass jewelry.
what?
Sea glass jewelry.
Right? That's what I used to make.
really? That's how you
Hmm.
started?
Yeah.
We also
I
Amazing.
make pottery shard jewelry.
what?
I love it.
Pottery shard jewelry.
Yes.
I
Yeah. I
love it.
did whatever I found. And I didn't know much about buying stones. And so I set a lot of sea glass. Nobody told me that irregular shapes were harder to set or anything. And um yeah.
Yeah, it's better when you don't know. Hey, listen,
Somebody
So
had a piece
bowls.
in silver,
Bowl-
and dipped it in resin or something to preserve it, and then set it in silver for a pendant.
What
A
are they
peep,
dipping?
a peeps, the peeps.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
You
know,
don't mean real ones, though.
I, I have
Yeah,
I have a bowl sitting over here
Hmm.
that I just used to throw stuff in. That actually, they used to come in boxes of detergent. You,
Hmm.
used to get you used to get plates and bowls and boxes of detergents 100 years ago.
Really?
Yeah,
I
you
don't
guys
even
know
know
about
what you
that?
mean. Plates and bowls.
Yeah, here,
yeah.
wait. Ugh.
Your dish soap came in a powder, and
Yeah,
inside the box would be a dish.
yeah.
Okay, got it. Wow.
Elvis, lay down.
Oh, it's 3:14.
See this bowl?
Let's see.
Porcelain bowl?
Oh, that
This came
porcelain
in a
bowl?
box
You gotta be kidding me. That's crazy.
a gazillion years ago. Well, 100 years ago, this
How
came
did it even
in.
survive? Like, how did it not break in the container?
Hey,
It was
during the
surrounded by
Depression,
soap.
I guess so.
what
That's
about
so wild.
what's those plates?
You used to be able to get them at stores too. If you bought $5 worth of stuff, you could buy a plate for $1 or something.
Huh.
There's there's a label here. I mean a stamp.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, I have to go.
Me too.
Me too.
Thanks,
I'll see
Larry.
you guys next week. Hopefully with
Sure.
good news. Bye.
Have a great week, guys.
Hey,
Bye,
Hey,
everybody.
hey, Oscar,
Yeah.
your team's doing great.
Let's not jinx it.
The pitching's excellent, and that the new rookie's really good. They have them batting cleanup.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's only 10 games.
It's because that's right. I've become a Cincinnati Reds fan. It's all your fault.
I know. Welcome
All
to
right,
the
Elvis.
good side.
So Barry, check out the reel that I shared on my timeline.
Okay, I will. I will.
All right.
All right. Talk to you
Bye.
guys
Bye, Katie.
later.